We are Little Mountain Life.
And this is our garden tour. I'm Don.
And I'm Natalie, and this video is part of the Homesteaders of America Garden Tour collaboration, part of the Grow Your Own Food series. This is our first real garden. We moved here about 2 years ago, and our only other garden was containers on the deck of our townhouse in Northern Virginia. So we're excited to be going with this, but we're really the rookie gardeners in this collaboration. There's a lot of really experienced gardeners that we've been watching their garden tours, but this is the newbie version. So hopefully it can encourage some of you out there that anyone can grow food, and it's a great time to get going. Been mainly focusing on our house build since we moved here, but this spring, with everything that was going down in the world, we decided it was a good time to make sure that we got our garden going and started growing some of our own food.
Eventually, we would like to upsize the scale of our garden, hopefully maybe next year. But right now, as we mentioned, we are building our house. So there's all the chaos happening with that. We don't really even have a kitchen. We have nowhere to really prepare food. We have nowhere to preserve food. So this is a good start for us, growing what we will eat right away. So obviously we are working with raised garden beds. We chose raised garden beds for several different reasons. One, because we're such rookie gardeners, it does eliminate some of your variables, especially with pest control. Ground animals can easily mess with your garden beds when they're at ground level, but here we have a little bit more separation protection. Also, we live on top of a small mountain where pretty much everything is clay or rocks. There's not a lot of usable soil. So this way we can kind of control things a little bit better with these raised garden beds. These raised beds are 4 foot by 8 foot by 2 foot tall, and they were a little work to put together, but really you're just making boxes. I actually have a really detailed video showing how I put these together with dimensions for cutting and all that kind of good stuff. So I'll make sure to link that in the description below so you can see how we put these beds together. The hardest part was actually filling them, and Natalie did a great job. She did most of the filling with buckets and shovel, getting all the compost that we brought in from local horse farms to make sure we had good soil to start our raised garden beds.
We have 5 beds. This is bed number 1. We have lemon bee balm that the bees are going crazy over, and sometimes they fall asleep in the flowers, and it's adorable. Look at this one, he's sleeping. Oh, he's so cute. We had a big forest of broccoli here that we just cleared out. It didn't grow that well. It got kind of wormy, and I don't think we planted the right variety, because Don grows microgreens, and we planted his microgreen broccoli variety, so it grew huge plants with like one tiny little floret. So finally we gave up on it and gave it to the chickens. But we have a new fall crop of greens planted here: kale, lettuce, salad stuff. And this is our cut and come again rainbow Swiss chard. And we have eaten so much of this, and it just keeps coming. Salads all summer have been Swiss chard and Don's microgreens, and we just like can't even eat enough of it. It just comes back so fast. Here's our next bed. We have a couple varieties of tomatoes. I think these are white zebra tomatoes, and we have a lot of watermelon going on. The girls showed some of the watermelons up close.
See that big watermelon there? And there's another watermelon.
There it goes. Tiny watermelon.
That's a tiny watermelon.
There it is. And then these are Chinese long beans. Maybe they're not Chinese, just Asian.
I don't even know if they're Asian.
I always thought of these as Chinese because my grandma grew them, but look how long these beans are. And they're not full yet, they're skinny, so they gotta plump up. But they get crazy long, and I'm excited to try these. We haven't eaten any of them yet. Look at that, they're so long. Bed number 3. We had a crop of kale here that we enjoyed, and that's gone now. We grew green kale, that's an official variety, and red Russian kale, I remember that one. So we ate a lot of that. That was great. These are our cucumber plants, which have given us, I can't even tell you how much cucumbers. We've been eating like 4 cucumbers a day. These plants, it's crazy. So many cucumbers. We have some peppers here. I kind of suck at growing peppers. I've never been great at it. So there's like one curly one there. At least we got something, right? These are overflow tomatoes that didn't fit in the other beds. We have some little strawberry plants here. We actually got 10 strawberry starts and all but 2 have died. So, winning there. We have some cinnamon basil, which is delicious and smells so good. Another watermelon plant. Once they started growing and I saw how big they were, I didn't think there was enough space over there, so I moved one of them here. And then we got some eggplant, which is actually finally starting to purple fruit bear. This is the tomato bed that we have been defending from the vicious hornworms. We have a couple varieties. We have these yellow cherries that are delicious. The girls just picked a lot of them.
I got one with a stem.
Yeah.
I got one with no stem.
And we have some full-size ones, and I don't know what they're called, but they're gonna be tasty. We have a very specialized gardening method here where we allow the weeds to grow. Just kidding, it's not a method, it's just a hot mess. We gave up weeding here. But there is a fun surprise in the middle of the tomato bed because there's basil in there.
Somewhere.
Somewhere. No, it's right there.
Oh,
See
I see
it? It's down there. There's lots of it, actually. Yeah, we just gave up on weeding because we're busy. And this is bed number 5, so feeling like a real farmer now. Here we go. We have melons. Hold on. The name is... They're not cantaloupes. They're canary melons. Canary melons. These are canary melons. And we have purple ruffled basil that doesn't look ruffled until it gets bigger, and it just started ruffling, which was really exciting. Look, it ruffled. Ruff, ruff. See, it ruffled. And here we have a row of red Swiss chard. This is our second planting to kind of stagger the greens, but man, that other Swiss chard is still going. And I planted lettuce here, which came up and then died, but there's a little bit of red romaine that came up too. And then we did another planting recently of probably spinach. We should have written it down, but it's probably spinach here. And then here we have a bunch of elderberry plants. We weren't sure where to plant them, so we just did buckets for now. Like Don said, the soil here is like 100% clay and rocks. So we did buckets for now. And eventually these will be elderberry syrup. The other part of our garden, which is a big part of the greens that we're eating, is Don's little microgreen farm room inside. So we'll have to give you all a peek at that. This is our first year eating meals that are almost entirely things that we grew, and it's really exciting. We've been eating, you know, our farm fresh egg tacos with microgreens and tomatoes on them. We've been eating entire salads that the cucumbers and the chard and the greens and the tomatoes are all from our garden with our own chicken that we raised on top of it. Maybe this is old hat for some of you, but it's pretty exciting for us.
Well, that about does it for our garden tour. It's a small garden, but it's our garden, and we've been eating a lot of food from it lately, so it's really cool. We'll always remember this as our first garden on our new homestead, and everybody's got to start somewhere, right? Be sure to check out the other videos included in this collaboration with the Homesteaders of America. There are YouTubers from all over our great country showing their awesome gardens, so make sure you check those out, link below, and we will see you guys on the next garden tour. Thanks for checking out our little mountain life.
Well, I hope you're